Greetings, KLA members, and welcome to the first 2014 edition of the KLA Capital Update. Kansas legislative session started on January 13th. The session started slow, with most of the activity that week centering on the governor's State of the State address, which occurred on January 15th. Most of the governor's speech was predictable, the most notable part centering on education finance. Currently, a case is pending before the Kansas Supreme Court where Kansas school districts sued the state legislature for not providing enough funding to schools. At the district court level, the court found for the plaintiffs and would result, if successful, would result in the state having to provide an extra $500 million in school finance funding. That case was appealed to the court, and the court is currently considering it. During Brownback's State of the State address, he made very pointed remarks that funding education was a responsibility of the legislature, and no one should hold up the process of providing an adequate education to kids and allow the legislature to determine what that appropriate funding is. As we moved into the second week, a few bills started to surface that would be of interest to KLA members. One bill in particular, which KLA staff testified on, was House Bill 2247. This deals with the county's ability. This would allow counties to declare nearly any type of activity on private property a nuisance. This bill is overly broad and would seriously endanger KLA members' property rights. KLA testified in opposition to the bill and will continue to monitor and oppose the bill should it go any further. In addition, another bill which KLA supported looked at some minor revisions to the mechanics lien laws. The changes would pertain to both titled vehicles, including farm trucks, as well as untitled equipment such as farm equipment, and even include farrier services. The major changes in the bill is that rather than recording the lien in Register of Deeds office, the lien would be recorded in the Secretary of State's office. These changes are minor, and at this time KLA is supportive of the bill. In addition, the Ag Committees this current week heard testimony from the Kansas Judicial Council's Corporate Farm Law Advisory Committee. Constitutional law professors who served on that committee testified in front of the House and Senate Ag Committees to present the Council's recommendations for amending the laws to make them compliant with the Dormant Commerce Clause. In the opinion of the Judicial Council, current Kansas laws are in violation of the Dormant Commerce Clause. That testimony was heard by the committee with many interesting questions, although it appears that for this year there will be little action on the topic. Finally, KLA is also working hard to continue the push for a sales tax exemption to expand feed yards, dairies, and swine operations. As many know, this was available in 2011, but got caught up in some reorganization of economic incentive packages and was lost. Since that time, we've been trying to lobby to get that sales tax exemption for expansions put back in the statute. It passed the House last year and is still alive in the Senate. Also, I'd like to mention that this last week, KLA had its leadership conference, which came to the Capitol and participated in the process and was able to have lunch and participate in a hearing involving their local legislators in the House and Senate. Until next week, this is Popelka saying have a profitable week.